Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. Wassalatu wassalamu ala khayri anbiya wa mursaleen Muhammad. And may the peace and blessings be upon the best of his prophets and messengers, Muhammad, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. And upon his family and all of his companions. So today we're going to do the Tafseer of Ibn Kathir for Surah Al-Baqarah, starting from the 38th ayat. Okay, oops. I take this off of here. I want this over here. And let me bring back my stuff. Where's my stuff? Here it is. Here we go. All right. All right, let's see if I can get this to work properly. Let's see, I am looking for this. All right. And, okay, one moment. So we're going to start from the beginning. Let's see what happens. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, no problem. Anyway, so أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. قال الله تعالى قلنا اهبطوا منها جميعا فإما يأتينكم مني هدى فمن تبع هدايا فلا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون والذين كفروا وكذبوا بآياتنا أولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون. Okay, so is that we said قلنا so we said to them, it said go down from it. So meaning Jannah. Jami'an, well, I won't translate that yet, but anyway, so go down from it all to get all of you. And then verily, and if there comes to you from me guidance, so whoever follows the guidance, then there is no fear upon him, and they will not be sad. And the ones who disbelieve and deny my signs or our signs, they are going to be companions of the fire, and they will reside in it forever. خالدون. Okay. يقول تعالى مخبرا عما أنذر به آدم وزوجته وإبليس حتى احبطهم من الجنة. Okay, and so the Most High is informing regarding his warning to Adam and his wife and to Iblis, all the way until he throws them out, or he sends them down from paradise. He sends ihbitahum min al-jannah. He descends them from out of paradise. Okay. ومراد الذرية, and what is intended by ذرية أنه سينزل الكتب, meaning that he is going to send down the books. ذرية, مراد الذرية. Okay, so where is that word in here? I don't see that in here, but anyway. So anyway, the meaning of dhurriya is that he's going to send down the books. وَيَبْعَثَ الْأَنْبِيَاءَ وَالرُّسُلَ, and he's going to bring forth or bring out prophets and messengers. كما قال Abu Aliya, just like Abu Aliya said, الهدى الأنبياء والرسل والبيان. Okay, is that the guidance? The guidance is the prophets and the messengers and the clarification. Al-Bayan. وقال المقاتل ibn Hayyan, and so Muqatil ibn Hayyan, he said al-huda al-huda Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That the guidance, the huda, is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وقال al-Hasan, and I think this is Hasan al-Basri, al-huda al-Quran. He said that al-huda is al-Quran. وهذا قولان صحيحان, and these are the two correct statements, meaning that the huda is the Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Quran. وقول أبي العالية عام, and the statement of Abu Aliya is more general. And remember that Abu Aliya, he said al-huda al-anbiya'i wal-rusul wal-bayan. Okay, now bayan is the Quran. And the Prophet ﷺ, he's a Nabi wa Rasul. Okay, فَمَنْ تَبِيَ هُدَايَ, and whoever follows the guidance, meaning من أقبل على ما أنزلت به الكتب ورسلت به الرسل. Okay, and so what is intended by here is the one who accepts أقبل على, he accepts that which was sent down, that he was sent down by him, regarding the books and that were sent down, and that were sent by him, meaning the prophets, that which the books were sent down, and what the prophets were sent down. فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ, meaning, so no fear upon them, meaning فِيمَا يَسْتَقْبَلُونَهُ مِنَ الْأَمْرِ الْآخِرَةِ, meaning that which is going to face them regarding the affair of the afterlife. وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ, and they will not be sad, عَلَى مَا فَاتَهُمْ مِنَ الْأُمُورِ الدُّنْيَا, meaning they will not be sad by that which passed them by regarding the affairs of the worldly life. So they're not going to be sad about that. كما قال في سورة طه, just like this, like the Allah Most High said in Surah Al-Taha, قال اهبطا منها جميعا بعضكم لبعض عدو فإما يأتينكم مني هدى فمن اتبع هدايا فلا يضل ولا يشقى. And so in Surah Taha, it says, get down from it, meaning Jannah, all of you, and you will be amongst each other. You will be amongst each other, enemies to one another. And when there comes to you from me guidance, so whoever follows the guidance, then they will not be misguided, and they will not be sad. Yashqa. They will not be sad, or not sad, but yashqa. They will not be sad or depressed and stuff like that, miserable. In this Surah Taha, 123rd ayat. وقال Ibn Abbas said, فلا يضل في الدنيا ولا يشقى في الآخرة. Okay, and that what it meant is that they will not be misguided in the worldly life, and they will not be saddened in the after. They will not be sad and miserable in the afterlife. ومن أعرض عن ذكري فإن له معيشة ضنكا وتحشره يوم القيامة أعمى. And so whoever resists from my reminder, then verily for him is going to be a miserable and horrible dunka. Miserable will be a miserable life, a miserable living. And we will gather him on the day of standing blind. A'ma. Surah Taha 124. كما قال ها هنا, and like he said in here, والذين كفروا وكذبوا بآياتنا أولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون. And the ones who disbelieve and they reject, they cover up, or they reject, who deny and they disbelieve in our signs, they are going to be companions of the fire, and they will reside in there forever. مخلدون مخلدون فيها, that they will remain in there for eternity. لا محيد لهم عنها ولا محيص, is that they will have there will be no limit to it for them regarding that, the fire, and they will not find any muhis, any break. There will be no break for them. Okay. وقد أورد Ibn Jarir, and so Ibn Jarir transmitted rahimahullah ها هنا حديثا ساقه من طريقين. Okay, he transmitted a hadith here that is originating or comes from two paths or two ways. An Abi Maslama Sa'id ibn Yazid. Okay. Yazid. Let's see. We'll make sure what page this is. 240. Okay. Make sure I get to 241. All right. Because sometimes it skips. 243. See what I mean? 241. Oh no, this is it. All right. عن أبي نضرة المنذري ابن مالك ابن قطعة. Okay, this is one person. عن أبي سعيد واسمه سعد ابن مالك ابن سنان الخضرة. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أما أهل النار الذي هم أهلها فإنهم لا يموتون فيها ولا يحيون لكن أقواما أصابتهم النار بخطاياهم أو بذنوبهم فأماتتهم إماتة حتى إذا صاروا فهما أذن في الشفاعة. Okay, and so the Prophet ﷺ, he said, as far as the people of the fire, they are the ones whom أهلها, is that they're the ones who are the companions of the people of it, and for them they do not die in it, and neither do they live. But there's a people that have, but there are people that they will be touched by the fire. They will be inflicted with the fire because of the mistakes that they made, بخطاياهم, or because of dhunubi, or because of their sins, and they will فأماتت إماتة, and they will die a death. They will die a death in that. حتى إذا صار, until they become like a piece of burnt coal. أذنا في شفاعة, and this is going to be an excuse, or this is going to be the adhan, fahman adhanan. There'll be a piece of burnt coal in shifa that will be as a intercession for them, or as a intercession for them, or a healing for them. A shifa, be an intercessor for them. Okay, because they went through that purification. وقد رواه مسلم من حديث شعبة عن أبي مسلمة. Okay, وذكر هذا إحباط الثاني لما تعلق به ما بعده من المعنى المغاير لأول. Okay, and so it's mentioned here that this dissension, ihbat, there's a second time of dissension, meaning coming down. Ascension means to go up, descension means to come down, regarding its relationship, what's related to it, and that which comes after it, from the meaning al-maghayir, a meaning regarding something that changes or is something other than the first one. For the first one, وزعم بعضهم أنه تأكيد وتقرير. And so some of them assert that this is something of an affirmation, تأكيد, and تقرير, and repetition. كما تقول قم قم, just like one says stand stand. وقال آخرون, and others say بل إحباط الأول من الجنة إلى سماء الدنيا. Okay, and so others say, and remember the context of this is talking about Adam and his wife Hawa and Iblis. They were all in Jannah, and then they disobeyed Allah. Iblis had deceived Adam, and he listened to him. He called him to disobey Allah, and he and his wife both disobeyed him. So we're talking about the dissension from paradise again, just to remind you, down to the dunya. So they said that بل الإحباط أول من الجنة إلى سماء الدنيا. The first dissension. This is from the paradise to the lowest heavens of the earth. The lowest heaven of the earth. والثاني من السماء الدنيا إلى الأرض. And the second dissension is from that lowest heaven of this world to the actual earth. والصحيح الأول. And the first one is more correct. والله تعالى أعلم بأسرار الكتاب. And Allah is the knower, and Allah the Most High is the knower of the secrets of His book. Okay? So the first one, they said that it was mentioned that the first dissension, the ihbat, the second one that was mentioned, is related to that which comes after the meaning of al-maghaya, the first change. Okay, and it was said that some of them say that it is an affirmation and it's a repetition. So this first statement, he was mentioned that the first he said is correct, is this first one where it says that the second mentioning of this dissension is an affirmation. It's an affirmation of what was said before, and it's a repetition, rather than the second statement that says that actually they went from Jannah to the lowest heaven of the earth, the lowest heaven of the world, and then the second time it was mentioned that they went from the lowest heaven to the actual earth. So he's saying that this first one, that it was just repetition and just affirmation of what was said. Okay, so next side. يا بني إسرائيل اذكروا نعمة التي أنعمت عليكم وأوفوا بأهدي أوفي بأهدكم وإياي فارهبون وآمنوا بما أنزلت مصدقا لما معكم ولا تكونوا أول كافر به ولا تشتروا بآياتي ثمنا قليلا وإياي فاتقون. Okay, so Allah addresses the Bani Israel. He says, "Oh, children of Israel, remember the blessings that I bestowed upon you, in which my blessings in which I have blessed you with or bestowed upon you, and fulfill your covenant, your ahd, your promise, your covenant, and I will fulfill my covenant to you. And only fear me. وَإِيَّايَ فَارْهَبُونَ, and fear only me. And believe in that which I have sent down as an affirmation of that which is with you, and do not be the first to disbelieve in it, and do not purchase with my verses or my proofs a measly minor price, and regarding me, and have piety and taqwa for me, have piety and consciousness of me." يقول تعالى آمرا ابن بني إسرائيل بالدخول في Islam. And so the Most High, He commands the children of Israel to enter into Islam, to submission. متابعة محمد عليه من الله أفضل الصلاة والسلام. And following Muhammad upon this, and this is from Allah, and this is the best upon Muhammad, and may Allah's blessings and peace, the best of Allah's blessings and peace be upon him. محيجا لهم بذكر أبيهم إسرائيل. And Haja Mahajan, I'm not sure what Mahajan means. Haja Hijrah. And this is a migration for them or something like that. I'm not sure what Mahajan, something to look up. For him, reminding with the remembrance of their father, Israel. وهو نبي الله Yaqub, and their father Israel, is that this was Allah's prophet Yaqub. So Israel, this is a synonym or another name for Yaqub, meaning Yaqub alayhi assalam. Taqdiruhu, and in respect to him, Ya bani al-abd as-salih, Ya bana العبد الصالح المطيع لله كونوا مثل أبيكم في متابعة الحق. Is that, oh, children of this righteous and obedient slave to Allah, is that be like him, be like your father in terms of following the truth. كما تقولوا يا ابن كريم افعل كذا. It's just like when they would say, oh, son of a righteous person, son of one who is very righteous or generous, is that do this. Ya ibn Shuja' Bariz Abtal, is that, oh, son of the brave one, is that go and challenge those heroes, or go challenge that Bariz al-Abtal. Challenge this challenger. Ya ibn Alim, utlub al-ilm wa nahwa dhalik. Or likewise, it's similar to saying, you son of a scholar, is that seek knowledge and like this. So this is what it's implying, that particular expression. ومن ذلك, and I think I'll see how much time am I? I'll keep it short. Okay, so ومن ذلك أيضا قوله تعالى ذرية من حملنا مع نوح إنه كان عبدا شكورا. And this is and likewise, and from this there's also this statement Allah the Most High said. He said the progeny or the seed, the offspring, the ones who were carried with Noah, verily he was a thankful slave. Abdan Shakura. And this is in Surah Isra. This is the Surah Isra, or the ascension, opposite of descension. Ihbat is descend, to go down, and Isra is to ascend. So this is Isra, so to Isra, the third verse, meaning that night ascension, the journey from Mecca to Bayt al-Maqdis, and then to As-Sama' Okay, for Israel huwa Yaqub, and so here Israel, this is meaning Yaqub alayhi wasalam. بدليل ما رواه أبو داود الطيالسي حدثنا عبد الحميد ابن بهرام عن شهر ابن حوشب قال حدثني عبد الله ابن عباس قال حضرت عصابة من اليهود بني نبي الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Is that so Abdullah, the son of Abbas, he said, is that I was present, I presented I was present with a Asaba, like I guess a group from amongst the Yahud of Nabi Allah, the men, the Yahud, the Prophet of Allah, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So he said to the Yahud, he was with a group of these Yahud, Asaba min al Yahud. And he was with them when the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Allah's Prophet was with them. فَقَالَ لَهُمْ هَلْ تَعْلَمُونَ أَنَّ الْإِسْرَائِيل يَعْقُوب? He asked them, he said, do you know? He said, do you know that Israel, this is Ya'qub? قَالُوا اللهم نعم. They said, oh Allah, yes. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. And so the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, he said, so I'm sorry. So this person said, Abbas, he said there was a group of the Yahud who were who came to the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم. حضرت عصابة من اليهود النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. So they came and they presented themselves to the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم. And then the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, he said to them, هل تعلمون أن الإسرائيل يعقوب? He said, do you know that Israel is Ya'qub? قالوا اللهم نعم. He said, oh Allah, yes. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم أشهد. He said, oh Allah, bear witness. He told him, he said, oh Allah, bear witness. We'll finish this page right here. وقال أعمش وقال الأعمش عن إسرائيل ابن رجاء عن عمير مولى ابن عباس عن عبد الله ابن عباس أن إسرائيل كقولك عبد الله, is that the word is that Israel, it's like your statement, the slave of Allah, Allah's slave. This is it. He said that means that. وقوله تعالى اذكروا نعمتي التي أنعمت عليكم. He said, remember my blessing, the one that I bestowed upon you, or I blessed you with. قال مجاهد نعمة الله التي أنعم بها عليهم فيما سمى وفيما سوى كذا ذلك. Okay, and so Mujahid said is that Allah's blessing that He blessed them with, in it was a summa. Wafiha siwa. There's that which is sama. I'm not sure what sama means. There's something that which is named regarding it, and siwa, and there's that which is equivalent. I'm not sure if that was equivalent like this. فَجَرَّهُمْ الْحَجْرِ. And so there passed upon them a rock, the Hajr. فَأَنزَلَ عَلَيْهِمْ الْمَنَّ وَالسَّلْوَى. And so Allah sent down to them al-manna was-salwa. I think this is al-manna was-salwa. This is like a tree, and there's these birds that would be within the tree that they would be able to eat from. We'll probably get to that later. وَأَنْجَاهُ مِنَ الْعُبُودِيَّةِ Ali Fir'aun, and Allah saved them from the worship of the people of Fir'aun, the deification, deifying the people or the family of Fir'aun. This is how this was the blessing. The blessing, these two blessings he mentioned, is that the manna was salwa, which is they were in the midst of the desert. They made فَجَرَّ لَهُمْ الْحَجْرِ. They were in a hardship. They had left and they were in the desert. And then Allah sent down to them al-manna was-salwa. They sent down to this tree, and in this tree there were these. We'll get to explanation of that, but the way I remember is that in this tree there were birds that were very easy for them to catch and eat, and the tree also had fruits that they could eat from. And the second blessing he's mentioned, and he saved them from the deification or the worship of the people or the family of Fir'aun. And I will pause there. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.